Finally, Mr. Gabriel Omonhinmi joins us now. He's a former director in the Ministry of Information and Public Affairs, Analyst now. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
We're looking at this because, of course, different perspective out there about the reasons why these ministers have been dropped, even though, yes, it was expected by some people, it was going to happen a long time ago. But now it has happened. Dr. Wenzel said, look, having the courage to do the right thing is one of the things a leader must have. He kind of describes this scenario as such. What do you think?
I think what the president has done is right. He has the team. He was the first person who assembled the teams. He also has the right to say, okay, I now want to replace you with another person so as to be more effective. I think what the Nigerian president has just done there is not out of place. It's expected.
But the true reason is what lots of people are questioning, because the most recent one happens to be some corruption cases against some of them.
Well, it is until the presidency decide to come out and let us know why some of them were dropped. We are not in a position to speculate here, otherwise some people will be going to court. So the position is that they've given us reasons that they want to go into politics, active politics. I think that's soft landing for them, some of them. For instance, let me paint this picture, the case of Odua. I think the problem of Stella, no matter how much she would have performed, is that her team did not help her. The team she had, the personal staff of Stella did not help Stella.
How?
Odua. Now, there was a time, for instance, in the Ministry of Aviation, there are people, seasoned journalists, trained, experienced, that are seconded from the Ministry of Information. They run the media arm of that organization. Now, Odua brought in her own staff. Now, the staff of Odua did not see the people at the ministry as people that they could work with. They saw it was a colony. Now they have come to colonize the place and do whatever they like. So they cannot function. The people there, I'm not saying that I don't have the fact, but the fact that my own thinking now as an experienced man is that the people there at the ministry will not allow the minister to function, and so the staff the people who got in can go. I'll give you an example. They say an experienced man I know that is heading the ministry of that arm of aviation. That's the media arm of the ministry there. And the young man that came with the minister was not ready to work with that man. Now, how do you expect the minister to function? First and foremost, by the time they thought that the bulletproof thing was the one that would make the president to sack the minister outrightly, the minister did not go. They brought out their plan B, that is the certificate scandal. So you find that it was obvious that people within the house and in the ministry there were working against the minister. That is the truth. That is the way. Now you look at this against this background. Now look at Aganga, the Ministry of Trade and Investment. Because the minister and the team seems to have harmonized. They are working harmoniously with the team on ground there. Everywhere you go, you find that people will tell you Aganga and his ministry is delivering. So what is the difference? It's because the people that the minister came with. Well, if a minister makes the mistake of recruiting people that are not good, are not experienced, the fact is that they create more problem for the minister. Let me paint this picture. There was a time Professor Jerry Ghana came in, appointed a junior officer in the Ministry of Information as his essay. That's from level 9 to 16. Most people, his colleagues, were angry.
9 to 16.
Yes, because when you appoint, it's a political appointment. He was the staff of the ministry, level 9 officer. Now he was not given a political appointment. He has to take that position. So when he was given a position, most of his colleagues were angry, and they were waiting to frustrate the boy and the minister. But because of the level-headedness of the minister, of that boy, and the minister, I'm telling you, the minister was reappointed. He ran his office, and again another government came and reappointed the minister. That man, I am telling you now, is now a very matured man. The boy of the other day is now a matured man. He is still in government. See, when a minister makes the mistake of bringing inexperienced, being a reporter or you have worked somewhere in one of the media houses does not make you a good media manager of a minister. So most of them make these mistakes. By the time they bring in these boys, then they create more problems for them. That was what I had. And what came on her here to say that one of the reporters were an illiterate, that she was also not helping herself. So these are some of the things that worked against Odua. Whatever would have been the position, it was clear that the President Jonathan really needed to let her go.
What about the others?
Yeah, well,
Ruben, for instance.
Ruben, I think my own take in this is that the man who brought him, the man who first and foremost who brought him into government, himself and the man were no longer in good terms. And I don't know.
The former man.
No. The man who brought him into government, himself and the man, they fell out. And the man is still very powerful in government. So he will have to, at the time, I knew that Ruben's case was just waiting, he will have to go. The only man that I'm
talking about for him, you know, there were complaints.
Yes.
About the East-West Road. He was complaints about corruption, allegation, some organizing protest against his office. Didn't those ones count for anything?
You see, look, the man who brought Ruben into government is still very powerful. When and we all know the political ambition of Ruben, he wants to be a governor or whatever he wants to be. And so these were all political, these are political maneuvers, and I had expected, I didn't even expect them to stay as long as this.
Then you have two others.
Well, the police affair, I did not really see what the police, the Ministry of Police Affairs, right from day one, I said with the Nigerian Police Commission, you can run, with the IG, you can run an effective police system. You don't need a Ministry of Police Affairs. It's just like the Ministry of, what we call it, Niger Delta. These are not necessary. You see, we just create jobs for the boys. I think Olubolade has tried, but what was he doing in the Police Affairs Ministry? What was the function of the Police Affairs? They were competing between the Police Service Commission and his ministry, so he really had no job. You will not give me that appointment as a minister and I will take it. I will not.
Do you think he's going into politics?
Well, it's left for him to decide. That's the personal.
That's part of the reason.
I'm not depending to decide for him. I won't be in a position to. He's a politician. That was why he was appointed. So you don't expect him now to. He will have to go back home and strategize and see where the bread will be buttered. Okay. So he will go.
Now you just talk about going back home. So it all starts from the grassroots. So even all those appointments, you must go back home. Our last guest talked about the former chief of staff of the president,
Ogiadome. Well, we know that I'm from that area too. And my mother is Auchi. Ogiadome is from Fuga. So I know the area. It was Akigbe who, the late Mike Akigbe, who actually brought up Mike Ogiadome and assisted him. But I think the power play in that area actually would have contributed to the exit of Ogiadome. From the fact that we have on ground in that area, the question since I had, Ogiadome seems to be dictatorial. I think he wielded too much influence in that area there that people were no longer comfortable with him being in that position because they felt they were being oppressed. So from the fact that there were a lot of jubilation in Fuga and all the environment that Ogiadome was relieved of his appointment. If he was in contact with his people, honestly, he would not. There would not have been that kind of jubilation. He just shows that something was wrong somewhere.
So you are convinced, I mean, we have been told this is for political ambition. From all that you've analyzed, it doesn't seem that you're convinced that, you know, any of this has to do with any political...
Well, what office that, before Ogiadome became the chief of staff, he was the deputy governor to Lucky Igbenedion. Now, so... and
that was his highest office before...
Yes, that was his highest office. And Ogiadome and the present governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole, they are from the same axis. Now, if Oshomole finishes his 8 terms or 8 years of the second term now, do you still expect an Isakoman to become the governor of Edo State? It's not possible. We, the Ishans, are waiting there. The Edos are waiting. It is not the birthright of the Isakoman to go. So, it's not for politics. As far as I'm concerned, is he going to contest the governorship of Edo State? Where is he going? He wants to contest the presidency until it is going to.
What about the Senate?
Let him go. The place is open. But I know there are people there. I know there are younger men there that will dig it out with him. They are already prepared for him.
But the reason they gave was that he has to go for his political
Let him go now.
So the governorship seat is not open.
The governorship is not there. It is not for this Akoman anymore. The Edos and the Ishans are waiting.
But that is for one. I mean,
yes.
What about the rest of? Because I mean, we also listened to the Minister for Information, Labaran Mako. I think he was also speaking about, political ambition here.
Political ambition. I mean, you have the right to aspire. Nothing wrong in having a political ambition. You have the right to aspire. Then go and execute whatever you have.
I have to ask, are they sending him to a political wilderness? Because if they know the door is locked, why are they sending him out?
Well, if he's no longer relevant, it's a problem to the president. Why would the president not send him away?